In an age where the allure of modern life often overshadows our connection to history, the story of the Old Leatherman emerges as a compelling reminder of the intricate narratives that form the fabric of our society. This eccentric figure of 19th-century America, known for his peculiar leather suit and nomadic lifestyle, captivated the imagination of many as he traversed a 365-mile circuit through Connecticut and New York, leaving behind a legacy steeped in mystery and folklore. The Old Leatherman, who gained notoriety in the 1850s and 60s, is often described as a real-life Sasquatch of the northeastern United States. Sporting a suit crafted from leather scraps which resembled a patchwork quilt, he wandered the backroads and slept in caves, evoking curiosity and speculation among locals. "He is a mystery and a very greasy and ill-odored one newspaper remarked, summing up the bewilderment of those who encountered him. As the Civil War concluded, townsfolk began to recognize the consistency of his route, which spanned approximately 365 miles connecting nearly 50 towns. His travels were so predictable that one newspaper noted, "His coming can be calculated with almost as much certainty as that of an eclipse." This regularity led to a media frenzy, with townspeople eagerly anticipating his visits and even creating postcards and artwork in his honor. The fascination with the Old Leatherman extended beyond mere curiosity. He became a symbol of societal rejection and acceptance. While he was an outsider, often viewed with suspicion and even fear, communities also formed a bond with him. Residents offered him food and shelter, crafting a unique relationship that blurred the lines between the insider and outsider. As one resident observed, he was quiet and inoffensive, and over time, he became an integral part of the local landscape, eliciting pride among townsfolk who felt a sense of ownership of his story. Despite the numerous theories about his origins, including fanciful tales of a tragic Frenchman named Jules Bourglet, the truth of the Old Leatherman remains elusive. In 1884, a fictional account of his life became so widely accepted that it overshadowed the reality of his existence. This narrative, filled with elements of class struggle and immigrant anxieties, illustrates how society projects its fears and fantasies onto figures like the Old Leatherman, creating a tapestry of myth around a man who may have simply sought solace in the wild. Fast forward to today, and the Old Leatherman resonates with contemporary themes of alienation and belonging. As we navigate a world often characterized by disconnection, his story serves as a poignant reflection on the human experience. The author Sam Anderson, who became enamored with the Old Leatherman's tale, embarked on a journey to retrace his steps, using the experience as a means to explore notions of community and individualism in a rapidly changing society. He managed to remain a part of things while holding himself apart. Anderson mused, encapsulating the paradox of a man who deliberately chose isolation yet remained an indelible part of the communities he traversed. In recent years, Anderson's quest to walk the Old Leatherman's loop has taken on a personal significance, resonating with his own feelings of alienation in a digitally dominated world. As he walked through towns rich with history and personal stories, he found healing in the act of moving, engaging with the landscape and connecting with the people along the way. His journey, much like the Old Leatherman's, highlights the importance of stepping outside our comfort zones, embracing the unknown, and forging connections in an increasingly fragmented world. Ultimately, the story of the Old Leatherman is not just a historical curiosity, it is a mirror reflecting our ongoing struggles with identity, belonging, and the desire to understand those who exist on the fringes of society. As we continue to grapple with these themes in our own lives, the Old Leatherman serves as a powerful reminder of the stories that bind us together, even as we navigate the complexities of modern existence. In contemplating his legacy, we are invited to explore our own narratives and consider what it means to truly belong. In a significant move that could reshape California's political landscape, Congresswoman Katie Porter has officially announced her candidacy for the governorship of California. The announcement, made on March 11, 2025, has generated considerable buzz, not only due to Porter's high profile as a Democratic representative, but also because it signals a potential shift in the state's leadership dynamics as the 2026 election approaches. Katie Porter, known for her sharp questioning during congressional hearings and her advocacy for consumer rights, expressed her motivation for running in a statement, California deserves a leader who will fight for working families, not special interests. Porter's campaign is expected to focus on issues such as affordable housing, healthcare access, and climate change, topics that resonate deeply with California voters. Her experience as a former law professor and an active participant in legislative processes provides her with a unique perspective on the pressing issues facing the state. Porter's entry into the race comes at a time when California is grappling with numerous challenges, including a housing crisis that has led to skyrocketing rents and increased homelessness. According to recent data from the California Department of Housing and Community Development, the state needs to build an estimated 3.5 million new housing units by 2025 to meet demand. Her campaign is likely to address these statistics head-on, proposing actionable plans for development and sustainability. Moreover, Porter's candidacy could ignite a competitive primary race, particularly as other prominent figures within the Democratic Party are expected to throw their hats in the ring. Political analysts speculate that her outspoken nature and commitment to progressive policies may appeal to a significant portion of the electorate, especially younger voters who prioritize social justice and environmental issues. This demographic shift could play a crucial role in the primary and general election outcomes. As Porter embarks on her campaign, she will also need to navigate the intricacies of California's political environment, which has been marked by both strong party loyalty and a diverse electorate. The challenges are substantial, but so are the opportunities for a candidate like Porter, who has built her reputation on transparency and accountability. In a parallel development, the media landscape is also undergoing transformation. The Washington Post recently announced plans to overhaul its newsroom structure, reflecting an industry-wide trend towards adapting to changing consumption patterns and the demands for more dynamic reporting. This evolution is crucial as it aligns with the increasing expectations of audiences for real-time, accurate information in an era of misinformation. As the political and media landscapes evolve, the implications for voters and consumers alike are profound. With Katie Porter's gubernatorial bid, California may see a refreshing approach to leadership that prioritizes the needs of its citizens. In the coming months, as the political environment continues to heat up, all eyes will be on Porter and her campaign strategies, as well as the broader implications of media reform in shaping public discourse. The future is set to be a captivating blend of political ambition and media evolution, leaving many eager to see how these narratives unfold. In a rapidly evolving landscape, the intersection of politics, economics, and social dynamics continues to shape the global narrative, and recent developments reflect this complexity in stark terms. As the world grapples with the ramifications of high-profile events such as the cancellation of the musical Hamilton and critical geopolitical maneuvers, public sentiment and market stability are at a crossroads. The anticipated cancellation of Hamilton due to financial strains has sparked widespread discussion about the sustainability of the arts sector amid economic turbulence. Critics argue that such a decision underscores a broader trend of prioritizing financial viability over cultural significance. The arts are often the first to be sacrificed in times of economic uncertainty, said cultural economist Dr. Elena Moretti. This cancellation represents a missed opportunity for communities to engage with transformative narratives that challenge the status quo. The impact is not merely artistic, it reverberates through local economies dependent on tourism and related sectors. Meanwhile, the political arena is equally volatile, with figures like Marco Rubio emphasizing the importance of international dialogues, particularly regarding military support for Ukraine. Rubio highlighted that ongoing negotiations in Saudi Arabia could play a pivotal role in resuming critical assistance. Engagement with our allies is essential to ensure that Ukraine has the resources it needs to defend itself, he remarked. The implications of this military support extend far beyond Ukraine's borders, potentially altering the balance of power in a region already fraught with tension. At the same time, the American economy faces its own set of challenges. Consumers, once buoyed by robust spending, are beginning to show signs of fatigue, leading analysts to question the sustainability of this trend. A recent Wall Street Journal report indicated that consumer confidence is waning, with many feeling the pinch of rising costs and stagnant wages. The data suggests that consumers may be maxed out, said economist Jonathan Lee. If spending dips, we could see a ripple effect throughout the economy, impacting everything from retail to manufacturing. The resilience of the consumer base, which has been a pillar of economic recovery, is now under scrutiny. Adding to the uncertainty is the looming influence of former President Donald Trump, whose potential return to the political spotlight raises concerns among investors about the stability of the market. A recent analysis suggested that Trump's actions could jeopardize the delicate soft landing economists have been hoping for. Wall Street is bracing for volatility as the political landscape shifts, with many fearing that Trump's policies could derail economic recovery efforts. The anxiety is palpable, noted financial analyst Sarah Kim. Investors are prepared for a bumpy ride as we navigate these uncharted waters. As these narratives unfold, it is clear that the interplay between cultural events, political maneuvers, and economic conditions will continue to shape the future. The coming months will be critical in determining whether the arts sector can rebound, how international relations evolve, and whether consumer sentiment can sustain the economy. Observers are keenly awaiting developments, as each event holds the potential to redefine the trajectory of both domestic and global landscapes. The confluence of these factors signals a period of significant change ahead, one that will require resilience and adaptability from all sectors involved. In a significant strategic shift, LEGO, the world's largest toymaker, is set to bring its video game development in-house, a move that comes on the heels of impressive financial growth and a robust expansion of its digital capabilities. After a decade marked by substantial recovery from near bankruptcy, LEGO is now focusing on enhancing its portfolio of digital play experiences, complementing its iconic physical products. LEGO's revenues surged by 13% in the last year, reaching an impressive 74 billion Danish kroner, approximately $10.1 billion, while operating profits grew by 10% to 18.7 billion kroner, $2.7 billion. This growth trajectory has positioned the company as a formidable player in the toy industry, outpacing traditional rivals such as Mattel and Hasbro. Mattel reported flat revenues of $5.4 billion, and Hasbro's revenues fell by nearly 20% to $4.1 billion, underscoring LEGO's successful strategy amidst a challenging market landscape. Niels Christensen, LEGO's CEO, emphasized the company's commitment to creating engaging experiences for children of all ages, stating, "As long as we're under the LEGO brand, we can cover experiences for kids of all ages, digital or physical." This approach reflects a broader understanding of the competitive landscape, where digital devices increasingly vie for children's attention. Through collaborations with popular platforms like Fortnite, which boasts 87 million players, and the release of themed LEGO sets based on video games like Super Mario and Sonic the Hedgehog, LEGO has successfully tapped into the digital play market. The decision to internalize video game development marks a pivotal change from LEGO's earlier reliance on outsourced studios for game creation. Christensen noted that the company has invested several $100 million to triple its software engineering workforce since 2022, aiming to bolster its digital infrastructure. This investment is indicative of a long-term vision to seamlessly integrate digital experiences with its physical toys, enhancing overall engagement with its brand. Despite the positive outlook, Christensen remains aware of external challenges such as potential tariffs and the ongoing competition for children's attention. He remarked, "Right now there are no tariffs, but there is uncertainty," highlighting LEGO's cautious approach to managing inventory and production logistics. The company is also working on a new factory in Virginia set to open in 2027, which will further support its production capabilities. Reflecting on past challenges, Christensen acknowledged that LEGO had overextended itself by diversifying into non-core areas in the early 2000s, which led to significant financial strain. However, he is confident that the company has learned valuable lessons and is now better equipped to handle additional initiatives. With its founding family recently reacquiring Legoland theme parks, Lego is increasingly positioning itself as a competitor not just to other toy manufacturers but also to major entertainment players like Disney. In conclusion, Lego's strategic pivot to in-house video game development coupled with significant financial growth signals a new chapter for the company, as it continues to innovate and adapt to the changing landscape of children's entertainment. LEGO remains focused on its core mission, to inspire and develop the builders of tomorrow. Future developments in the realm of digital play will be closely watched as LEGO seeks to maintain its leadership position in an increasingly competitive market. In a powerful opinion piece published in The Guardian, Illyria Stanley, a transgender veteran, articulated her deep concerns over the Trump administration's recent order to dismiss transgender individuals from the military. The move, which targets thousands of service members, is seen not only as an attack on the rights of transgender individuals but also as a reckless decision that undermines military efficacy and morale. Stanley, who served honorably in the U.S. Army for 2 decades, highlighted that transgender service members are not a liability but a vital asset to the armed forces. Trans people are twice as likely as U.S. adults overall to serve in the armed forces, she noted, emphasizing their commitment and dedication to the country. The decision to remove these individuals, including those who have served in combat and received extensive training, disregards the invaluable contributions they have made. The implications of this policy extend beyond the immediate loss of skilled personnel. Stanley pointed out that the Pentagon's assertion that being transgender is incompatible with the high mental and physical standards necessary for military service is fundamentally flawed. She argued that such rhetoric contributes to the alarming mental health crisis within the transgender community, which already faces a significantly higher risk of suicide compared to their cisgender counterparts. Reflecting on her own experiences, Stanley recounted the challenges she faced during her service, particularly the discrimination and violence that often accompanied her journey as a transgender woman. "I faced a frightening amount of transphobia," she recounted, recalling harassment and threats that impacted not only her career but also her family life. The prospect of losing her job and health benefits due to the new military order is a reality that many in her community now face. Stanley expressed concerns about the broader implications of this policy, suggesting it sets a dangerous precedent for future administrations. She drew parallels to historical injustices within the military, noting that critical civil rights for various groups have often been contingent on executive decisions rather than established laws. When policies are allowed to ping-pong between executive orders instead of law, it puts people's lives at risk, she warned. The piece concluded with a call for solidarity and support for affected service members, urging both the military and society to recognize the contributions of transgender individuals and to foster environments that prioritize their well-being. As the situation evolves, Stanley's passionate plea underscores the urgent need for dialogue and action regarding the rights and recognition of transgender individuals in the military. In a time of heightened awareness around inclusivity and mental health, the fallout from the Trump administration's military order could have lasting impacts not only on the individuals directly affected but also on the fabric of the U.S. military itself. The need for a resilient and diverse armed forces remains paramount, and as this debate unfolds, the advocacy for transgender rights in the military continues to gain momentum, pointing toward a future where service is defined by capability and commitment rather than gender identity. In an effort to modernize and improve the reliability of its wastewater infrastructure, Pennsylvania American Water has initiated a significant sewer line upgrade project in Scranton and Dunmore with an investment of approximately $2 million. This initiative, which commenced last month, will replace over 3,200 feet of aging sewer pipe within the collection system, addressing both operational efficiency and public health concerns associated with outdated infrastructure. The project encompasses several key areas in both municipalities. In Scranton, work will take place along Diamond Avenue from Foster to Court Streets, Pittston Avenue from Birch to Willow Streets, and from O'Hara to Ripple Streets. Meanwhile, Dunmore's improvements will focus on Woodlawn Avenue from Jefferson Avenue to Gillett Lane. The goal is to enhance service reliability and reduce the potential for sewer system overflows, which can lead to environmental contamination. Final restoration and paving of all affected streets are expected to be completed by the end of the year, marking a significant step toward improving wastewater management in the region. Local officials and residents alike have expressed optimism about the upgrades, recognizing the long-term benefits for both community health and local ecosystems. As the project progresses, it will be crucial to monitor the operational impacts on nearby communities and ensure that the construction work does not disrupt daily life more than necessary. Pennsylvania American Water aims to communicate closely with residents throughout the duration of the project to address any concerns and minimize inconvenience. This sewer upgrade project reflects a broader trend in urban infrastructure development as cities across the United States grapple with aging systems that require modernization to meet contemporary standards of efficiency and safety. As such initiatives are implemented, they not only improve immediate conditions but also lay the groundwork for sustainable urban living in the future. Looking ahead, it will be interesting to see how similar projects unfold in other regions and whether they can inspire further investments in infrastructure that prioritizes both public health and environmental protection. As cities evolve, the need for strategic planning and investment in essential services like wastewater management will only become more critical, paving the way for healthier, more resilient communities.